I got my results back and it's not looking good, so let's reflect. Welcome back to my channel. My name's Cordelia and I am currently studying at the University of Zürich in Switzerland. I got my results back and I had a little time to reflect, and I want to share with you what I've learned from it. I put together 5 key mistakes I made, so let's jump right into it. Mistake number 1. Jumping into second semester modules without really knowing what they actually contain. Switching your major and then just booking the second semester modules without really reflecting what they contain is a very bad idea. I thought they were a good fit, but I didn't look closely enough. That was a huge mistake. Some of them depend heavily on the first semester modules, content I've never even touched. So the problem is I was consistently trying to catch up and I didn't know where I was catching up to. And at the same time of trying to catch up, I was trying to learn new content, which felt like an impossible task. So before booking any modules, if you did decide to switch your major mid-semester or to the next semester, make sure to do your research. Look up what did they actually cover in the first semester, see if you have an advisor who can give you information, or students that are in the same year as you or did those modules before, so you're not going to miss anything and you don't feel like you're consistently catching up and struggling while you're still trying to learn new content. This way you can avoid getting halfway through or even up until your exams and feel like you have not really learned fully and deeply, even though you tried your best. Mistake number 2, not being consistent. Even when I didn't have homework or assignments, I should have created my own. Even something simple as just reviewing lecture slides or rewatching certain parts of the lecture if possible, where you really didn't feel like you understood the deeper meaning. Write yourself a short summary of what you believe the most important parts are. Don't add every little detail that is probably going to be important or every little word you probably have to know. Just add the overarching idea of what did you talk about, what is important and what you need to know, what is the overarching concept. If you don't have any practice questions available, create your own. Go through the slides and for every few slides create one question where you think this contains all the information and the most important parts of these few slides. Mistake number 3, not planning out my study time. I kept telling myself I'll study when I'll have time, I'll find gaps, I'll take a few minutes. However, with working a part-time job, it is key to plan out and time block when you're actually going to study. During the semester, or if you have the chance before, figure out when do you have the most energy, where you have the most energy and when you can concentrate best. And work around whenever you have lectures or you have work or things with friends, that you plan out specific times that you go somewhere or you do it at home and you just study a certain specific subject. Mistake number 4, not talking about the material. Quite often, I noticed with myself that I was a little scared talking about the content with other students because I didn't want to be aware of my ignorance. However, talking to other students and sharing what you believe are the key points will point out areas that you may have understood something incorrectly. If you don't have any students you can talk to, I would recommend maybe uploading your weekly lecture slides onto an AI platform and then asking the platform if they could have a conversation with you about the lecture slides, that you can ask questions, clarify, and tell them what you think this really means and see if that corresponds to the lecture slides. Mistake number 5, and I believe this is one which is not going to be easy to fix, and hopefully over time I can share more tips once I become my own master of this one. Not managing exam fear. I think the biggest one is really not managing my stress and fear. I get anxious before every exam, and it gets worse the more important a subject is to me. I get so scared that I'm gonna disappoint myself and the people around me that I just make it even worse. I know I'm not the only one who feels like this, so it's not just enough to know the material. You also have to work on your exam mindset. That can include breathing techniques, mock exams, and also maybe reminding yourself that your worth is not determined by your grade. If you know you're someone like me who's terribly nervous for every single exam, no matter how much you studied, that is really something that you can work on, and I really should and need to work on myself. So here are the 5 mistakes that I made contributed to me failing my exams. I am definitely not going to repeat those next semester, and I have already put certain things into place that it's not going to happen. If you've also made these mistakes, don't beat yourself up. See it as an opportunity to learn and grow. Failing doesn't make you a failure. It just means you're still figuring out stuff, and that really is okay. If this was helpful, or you have any other hard-earned learned lessons you would like to share, please drop them down in the comments. I would love to hear from you. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you have an amazing day and speak soon.